Is popping, y'all, everybody? Bailey Strasser here with another episode of Wisco Sports Weekly, where obviously it has been a long weekend, but the NFL draft has officially concluded. It's done. It's crazy how it's already over. I mean, we have our 8 picks are officially. I mean, Green Bay did such a great job hosting this draft. I mean, we had such a great crowd. It was a great experience for a lot of people who went. And, I'm glad that we got Wisconsin on the map. I think it was a great experience for everybody. And I'm glad that I felt like it was a very memorable draft. Lots of great moments. But most importantly, this obviously video is going to be grading the draft picks for the Packers. With that being said, if you like what you see, subscribe below and comment with your thoughts. And let's get down to business. Obviously, our first round pick was Matthew Golden. Now, Golden was very effective on the deep balls, and that's definitely something that we're going to really see out of him going into, obviously, next season. I believe he will start right away, obviously with no Christian Watson until middle of the season. For sure, he is definitely going to be starting some roles, and I think that is definitely very awesome. I mean, this is the first wide receiver since 2002, since Javon Walker, that we drafted in the first round. Honestly, he's fast. He had just finished shy of 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns. I guess 13, and then almost shy of, and then, Houston, he wasn't a full-time starter, but yeah, definitely he just came out of nowhere and really just showed up. But what a good pick for the Packers. I'm happy they finally went with it. That being said, I give this pick an A-. I'm happy we got the wide receiver, and hopefully this is our wide receiver of the future. I just think it's a good pick. Very smart. Next up, Anthony Belton, tackle out of NC State with our second-round pick. This was the guy I did want. I thought this made the most sense. The problem was this pick was way too early. Now, Rasheed Walker and Zach Tom are two tackles that are obviously nearing the end of their contract. My belief is that Zach Tom is going to be getting an extension. They're going to let Rasheed Walker and Sean Ryan go, which is why they made this draft choice. This was a future pick, knowing that this is a guy, and same thing with Jordan Morgan. Those are 2 guys that are going to eventually take over those spots, possibly in the future. He's a big guy, 6'6", 336 pounds. He's big, he's physical, and that's what's really attractive. You moving Jenkins to center, you get Banks at guard. This guy will likely maybe be our future left tackle. That's pretty much what I'm seeing in him. He's a good football player. I just thought the pick was way too early, but you never know. Time can tell. I'm giving this draft pick a C+ because personally, I think we could have got him later, but you never know. This ends up being a great pick. Our third round pick was Savion Williams. Now, personally, I didn't want to go wide receiver here. I really would have preferred another position. But after I watched this guy's highlights, he's like basically Deebo Samuel, Cordero Patterson. He can run, he can pass. He's physical. He's hard to tackle. He's got versatility. 6 rushing touchdowns, 6 passing touchdowns. I mean, the guy is just unbelievable. And it's crazy to watch the guy just dominate. We'll see what type of role he has with the offense next year. I'm not sure if he will, but maybe he'll break out at camp and really show out, and voila, you got a guy who can just dominate. I'm not sure what to think of it. I'll give this one a B- only because I didn't really want to draft a wide receiver at that spot, but this highlights really make you excited for him. That's all I really have to say, most importantly. Round 4. So let's go on to the picks that obviously I didn't cover in a single video. We had 5 more picks. This is our 4th round pick, and this guy I think could definitely be a steal. Round 4, 124, our pick was Barron Sorrell, the edge out of Texas. It was such a great moment because he was actually present in Green Bay because he just wanted to see and experience the draft, and I guess they knew he was going to be drafted, so he went into the green room. The Packers called his number, and it was just a great experience to go in front of the fans. He came here, and he didn't even leave. I mean, this is a great moment for him. But I don't know how the heck he was why no one took him all the way to 4. He should have been drafted higher. I don't know how he wasn't. But what a great pick. I mean, this is a guy that provides a lot of pressure. You can put him anywhere on the defensive line or edge rusher or whatsoever. But man, he is definitely physical, and he is going to be a great player. I'm excited for him. I give this one a B+. Next up, round 5, pick 159, we went with Colin Oliver, another edge rusher, this time from Oklahoma State. He is short, he is light, but he is quicker. Now, honestly, I'm not sure how he'll benefit in the 4-3 defense because of his size, but this could definitely be someone that could contribute in special teams this year. Now, I'm not sure, I think definitely maybe he could get some playing time. Now, obviously, this is for depth at this point, but another thing, he had a foot injury. He's officially recovered from it, which is great. But if it wasn't for that injury, I think he would have been a lot higher because there were his numbers previous year were outstanding, and this is definitely a pass rusher type player. But you know what? This could definitely be interesting. I'm not sure what to think of him, but this could definitely be a really good pick. I'm not sure, but his skill set really shows something. I'll give this one a B- because, I was hoping we could find someone. I was hoping for corner there, but you know what? It could be definitely a good pick. I mean, he has a lot of upside. Round 6, pick 998, we went with Warren Brinson, the defensive tackle from Georgia. I wanted Nazir Stackhouse at that spot, but I guess the Packers ended up signing him as an unrestricted free agent, so I guess I'm not too mad. But anyways, Warren Brinson is a run-stuffing tackle, man. This guy is very tough. Really tough player. We always go with, Eric Stokes, Bullard, Walker, and Wyatt. That's great. And then you lost TJ Slayton. This is the guy who basically replaced him. You wanted that guy who can really do great with stuffing the run. He is honestly, going to fill that void. Hopefully he fills that void. It's a great pick. I'll give this one a B. I mean, I only give it a B because I did want Nazir Stackhouse, but we ended up getting him. So I guess realistically, this is a good pick at now because I had a B-, but I switched it to a B because of, it's just weird how it works. Okay, going on to the 7th round, we had 2 picks there. Our first one was Micah Robinson. We drafted Carrington Valentine and Kalen King in the 7th round corner, 2 corners last year. They went with another one. This guy went to Furman. He only spent a year at Tulane. I don't know much about him, but there were some other guys that really should have been picked before him. They could have honestly got this guy as a free agent. I'm not real happy about this one. I was hearing this guy could definitely be maybe a mid-round steal, but you never know. I could be wrong, but I was not really impressed with his highlights. If I had to be honest, I'll give this one a D, but he could definitely prove me wrong. I gave Carrington Valentine, I think, a low grade too, and look how he turned out. Next, and then our final pick was not the composer, but the offensive lineman, John Williams, out of Cincinnati. He started every single game. I think he only allowed 1 sack in his entire career. He's a decent pick. He could very well be a starting tackle. But again, because you never know. I mean, Rasheed Walker ended up being that position. But, I think he was one of the best linemen on a college team for a long time. You could also put him at guard. But this is a depth pick, a smart pick. I like the pick. And they always seem to go good with drafting linemen. And there's nothing wrong with it. Every lineman they have drafted has ended up becoming a starter and has done well for the Packers. And I'm not mad about it. I'll give this one a B- because, this was a depth pick and it's nothing really wrong with it. So, yeah, that's that. So with that being said, my total draft grade is a B- going into this draft. But, you know what? Because obviously, if we have my range, it ends up being a B-. But most importantly, I am excited because I think some of these players could turn out to be really great. And same thing, a lot of the guys that we drafted last year are really starting to come into, they're going to probably come into play next year. So this will be a young team still. But most importantly, this young team is going to keep, as long as we keep the motions going, we could really be a young team that really stays young and just keeps on being young, because I don't even know why I keep saying the word young, man. It's just crazy. But good draft for the Packers. Great memories, and that's that. So if you like what you see, subscribe below, comment your thoughts, and as always, we will see you next time. Go Pack, go!